Dernier Audiobooks.
London's Gone by J. M. Evans. The book is read by Marion Davies. Published by Dernier Publishing, P.O. Box 403, Tunbridge, TN9 9BJ. This book is copyright 2006 and unauthorized copying is illegal. All rights reserved. Chapter 1. Mum and Dad should have been back hours ago. Their beautifully restored country home now lay dark and cold. The only light came from the thin blue beam of Maria's torch. Maria and Emily were alone. Maria was tired, angry, and tense with the fear that had started living in her stomach. She stood in the doorway of Emily's bedroom, glaring fiercely at her younger sister through the shadows. "I'm not asking you, Emily, I'm telling you. If Mum and Dad aren't back by morning, we're going to Granny and Grandpa's." At 16 years old, Maria was strikingly attractive, with short dark hair and a pretty face. She also had a determined air, which Emily, the younger by 2 years, could not match. There was a tense pause. Emily looked up at her sister from her fluffy pink beanbag seat, her pale face reflecting the dread that Maria felt but refused to show. "But we can't go," she objected. "Mum said we had to stay here till they got back from fetching Granny and Grandpa." Her voice wavered, and she quickly wiped away a tear before it fell. Her long fair hair hung loose, unkempt. Maria stood there fuming, her dark eyes blazing with anger and hidden fear. Why did little sisters have to be so infuriating? As if there weren't enough problems. "I know they told us to wait here, stupid, but they said they'd be back in a couple of hours. That was at breakfast. Something's gone wrong. Maybe one of them is ill or something. We can't just wait here forever." "But it could be dangerous." "Dangerous or not, we're going." There was a pause, heavy in the suffocating silent darkness. "How are we going to get there?" Maria relaxed a little. Emily was giving in. "We'll cycle. I've checked the bikes. They're okay." "But that would take ages," lisped Emily through her brace. "What if—" Her lower lip trembled, and new tears started to trickle down her cheeks. "What if we get there, and they're not there?" Maria closed her eyes in exasperation. "Then we come back, of course." "If they come back tonight, we won't have to go?" "You're very quick." "But suppose we miss them?" "We leave a note so they know where we are." "But what if—" "Oh, shut up with your what-ifs, Em," snapped Maria. "But what if Mum and Dad go to the cottage without us?" continued Emily, wiping away the tears that carried on dripping down her pale face. "Oh, for goodness' sake, stop blubbing. You know they wouldn't leave their precious little Emily. Of course they wouldn't go without us. Without you, anyway." Maria could feel the irrational anger rising to hide her own fears. "We've got to go and see what's happened to them. It'll only take a couple of hours, max." "I don't want to go," said Emily stubbornly through her tears. "I know Mum and Dad will be back." "You don't know, you hope," retorted Maria, losing her grip on the rising tide of her emotions. "They might even be dead for all you know." That finished Emily off. She ran out of the room past Maria, sobbing, and slammed the bathroom door behind her. Maria was shocked at her own words. Maybe their parents really were dead. That thought had been hovering at the back of her mind, but saying it seemed to make it more possible somehow. Yesterday she didn't even like them. That was yesterday. She walked slowly to her own bedroom, sank down onto her bed, and looked around in the darkness, her emotions reeling. Here was everything she had wanted: widescreen telly with DVD, CD player, the best speakers. But it didn't mean anything now. None of it worked anyway without electricity. Maria shivered. Fear, anguish, misery, and a feeling of being utterly
Sample complete. Ready to continue?